Where's my 40 at, man?
Duval County, 904 in this bitch, huh? Put your hands up. Yeah. You feel that bass? Turn it up. It's that dirty South punk rock. Dirty South. Dirty South. Yeah. Throw it up. Where you from, nigga? Where you from? Duval. You could get caught in the club. Roll with your hood, throw it up in the club. Or you could get stomped in the club for a dog that I saw. Shut it, we don't give a fuck, yeah. But you don't want no problem. You don't want no problem. You don't want no problems with me. Whole weed, maybe 50 deep. Hold on back, hold on back. Man, fuck that, nigga. Hold on back, hold on back. Man, fuck that, nigga. Hold on back, hold on back. Fuck that, fuck back. DJ Dirty Ski. When I reach for the herb, nigga, what's the word? Bitch, nigga better recognize real G's down the ride. Dirty South, I'm a record till I die. And I ain't even gotta tell her what my name is. I just walk right in like I'm famous. Get out the way, bitch. I'm heading straight to the VIP where I'ma drink everything for free. Damn right. You can get caught in the club. Roll with your hood, throw it up in the club. Or you can get stomped in the club for a dog that I saw. Shut it, we don't give a fuck, yeah. But you don't want no problem. You don't want no problem. You don't want no problems with me. Whole weed, maybe 50 deep. When I say whole wheat, y'all say bread. Whole wheat, bread. Whole wheat, bread. When I say whole wheat, y'all say bread. Whole wheat, bread. Whole wheat. Y'all motherfuckers don't want no problems, nigga. Whole wheat bread, bitch. Southside Duval County. It's that dirty South punk rock shit. Y'all gonna have to try extra hard to get up in this punk shit now, nigga. Y'all niggas don't want no problems, nigga. Shut up. Back the fuck up.
Perspective. Oh man, back again on this channel. Don't normally have the time to stream on this channel lately. Trying to pick things back up. You can help by hitting the like button. That's one thing you can do. I would really appreciate it. So do me a favor, hit the like button, and we're gonna check out a variety of things. And then after this stream, I'm going to do a Patreon show for the Patreon that I do for this channel specifically. And I have a link to that linked in the description if you want to check it out down there. It's down below. I put hang out and drink with me. And I'm going to hang out with all my Patreons later and have some drinky drinks and all that fun shit. So you should really consider signing up for the Patreon. It's only $5, and we're gonna hang out. We're gonna watch some stuff that I think is really interesting. We're gonna talk about. We're gonna do a deep dive in the private show about how 4chan not only influenced a lot of things that happened in the early 2000s, but also basically helped Donald Trump win the first election that he ran for president in. But we'll talk a little bit more about that as time draws near for that. We're gonna check out some Jurid now. Let's see. All right.
What's going on, everybody? It's the Genesis here. And today I want to make a video about
Gotta adjust the camera, huh?
Show those pics off, bro. It's like nothing, but
yeah, no, it's not like nothing. It is nothing. You have no pecs. You have no muscle tone. It's the $5 Patreon tier. $5 Patreon tier to answer the questions in the chat. So go to patreon.com/benpie and you can see it. I run a different Patreon for this channel. It's been that way since the inception of this channel. So back when, you know, the other guys, the TJ and Paul and all them were part of this show, I started this channel as a side channel and started that Patreon when it was like my thing. And yeah, it's still a thing. It's $5 and I'm going to hang out. I got a bottle of wine that I'm going to drink during the show. And we're going to hang out and check out that stuff. But we'll get into that later.
I'm doing flies, so hopefully I can get that nice little...
No, you're not doing anything. Jared told somebody one time that he eats like 10,000 calories a day or something like that. Oh, it was Queen Corgi that he told. Organ Flower, Queen Corgi, what you know her as Queen Corgi or Organ Flower. He told her that he eats like 10,000 calories a day. That's like something Michael Phelps should be eating, like someone who literally trains like an Olympic athlete. Not Jared.
Lying, you know what I'm saying? I just look kind of like Blobby Boy, right?
Yeah, you look like that everywhere, yes. How can he see himself and realize this, but then be like, I'm a bodybuilder, bro?
Here, but really don't care. At least
I don't care, though. What a great argument. You ever had that person you argue with and they're like, well, I don't care. Therefore, I win this argument because I don't care about what we're arguing about. Yeah, I love it. I love it when people pull that one.
My traps have grown, so I'm a bigger blob.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
They look the same.
Blob. According to my trolls, anyways. But yeah, dude, I want to talk about Seth Ferrazzi today, man. I am so disappointed in this motherfucker, bro. Apparently he's planning on getting back on gear, or he's saying that, you know, he's open to the idea. It's like, bro, you're a father. What the fuck are you thinking, man?
He's made so many videos where he's chastising people for getting on steroids. That's what he means when he says gear.
I mean, I could understand if you were young wanting to do this, but like getting on drugs in front of your kids, it's such a bad example, bro. Like, I have to take it there.
Yes, Jared's also an authority on what a good parent is. You know, because he has the best parents ever.
How do you not see it as anything different than, you know, snorting coke in front of them, bro?
Because it's different.
I mean, technically, yeah, he's probably not going to do it in front of them, but
right. So there's a big difference there. Come on, Jared, pick apart your own argument for us.
You guys know what I'm saying.
No, I don't know what you're saying. Doing cocaine in front of your kids is different than doing steroids not in front of your kids. Your kids aren't going to know that you're on steroids unless you tell them.
Them even knowing you're doing it, it's just fucking not right.
How would they know?
Hold on a second, guys.
Okay, so he moved that up because you know he's naked.
Oh. Man, that 3 bulb really makes a difference. I have to turn the camera up. I don't want my trolls to get off on me because I'm...
Yeah, that's his thing. Oh, you know, I can't show my flabby body because it'll make my trolls horny, man. Well, why don't you wear clothes then? There's a way to fix that. Wear a shirt.
Not exactly fully clothed here. You know what I'm saying? I'm single, ladies.
Yeah, that's not changing anytime soon.
Doesn't matter when you're a bachelor. You can do whatever the fuck you want, bro. It's actually pretty great.
Well, most bachelors don't live with their parents.
But anyways, Seth Ferrazzi, bro, like, come on, dude. Like, come on. You're better than this crap, homie. Let's go a little bit lower. There we go. Gotta show off the blob. But yeah, bro, that's what she said. Anyways, I need to stop saying that now. But it pisses me off because Seth
pisses me off.
is a smart guy. It's like, why the fuck are you doing this, bro? Why is it you think you need steroids to get big? Why can't hard work just get you there, man? Like,
I mean, hard work did. I mean, you're not working hard, so
why are you in such a rush? And why do you feel like you have to do these stupid competitions with these other insecure fucks, you know, shoving drugs down their throats like a bunch of junkies? It's pathetic, bro. And, you know, I was watching a video about this guy, and I never really thought of it this way, but yeah, I bet gear probably is addicting. I mean, why wouldn't it be? It's just like any other drug. So it could be that Seth is actually having withdrawals, you know? Again, that's really unfortunate because he has a wife and kids. It's like, goddamn, bro. By the way, I'm going to order a new water bottle soon on Amazon, so for all you guys talking that shit about me in your little, you know, Jared support groups, as one friend of mine called it, Jared Genesis support groups, you know, my trolls, they like to cry to each other about me. I'm sure they talk about my mug all the time because it's got fucking mold on it.
Yeah, it's not healthy to drink from a mug that has mold growing on it.
I don't care, you know, it is.
Oh, I don't care. There it is again. He doesn't care. Therefore, it's not a bad thing because he doesn't care.
Bro, I'm going to be getting a new one soon. The thing is, I have it on this coaster, and so sometimes it's sitting in water. I have to because I always drink cold water because I have acid reflux.
I have acid reflux too.
And so when your thermos
I can't imagine your moldy cup is helpful to your acid reflux.
Cold, the water drips out. Yes, that's what she said. And yeah, if I don't have it on this coaster, it actually like seeps through my desk, and a little bit of my desk has actually started to mold because of that. Anyways, I just had to explain myself to you guys for that. You know, I understand my shit is sometimes pretty cringe. I'm self-aware, as they call it, but I'm doing the best I can to better myself. And for those of you who can't see that or respect that, you're honestly just giant fucking cowards. You really are. And I can only imagine all the skeletons in your fucking closet, bro. All the projection you're doing just to try to make yourself look good. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just... Oh my god, bro. I think I'm on one because one of my friends, he found out that one of my trolls is an animal abuser. This piece of shit. I'm not going to say his name. I posted about it. But it makes me so disgusted and just angry how these losers try to make me out to be the bad guy when they're out here abusing fucking animals. It's like, you're just a fucking waste of space, bro. You really are, dude. You need to do hard time. That would do you a lot of good, bro. Like 10 years in prison, that would make a fucking man out of you. Yes, it truly would. You know, just like Wes Watson. He did hard time and God blessed him, you know. He's like a fucking multi-millionaire. He's my favorite motherfucker on YouTube now. You know what I'm saying? He drives a Bugatti. Sometimes people just need to be alone with themselves for a really long time. And that's really the worst punishment for a narcissist if you think about it. Being alone with their consciousness. Because narcissists are all deep down very insecure people, and that's why they're giant assholes. You know, that's why they project, that's why they're dickheads. It's all just projection, and you know, yeah, trying to steal people's energy to bring themselves up. But when they don't have that, oh, they starve, bro. That's why I hope this one troll of mine fucking starves in jail. I do. Not literally, but you guys know what I'm saying. You know, doesn't get that little fucking adrenaline kick that they get from trolling, you know. It's a drug to them, bro. Speaking of drugs, I just wanted to throw that in there, bro, because I deal with a lot of narcissists. Trolling,
he's such a he has this huge victim complex.
Really is a drug to them, just like how bodybuilders are addicted to steroids. You know, it's an empowering thing. That's why I think gear is psychologically addicting too. It's because it empowers you, know, it makes you strong, makes your veins pop out, makes you feel like a man. You know, but in reality, it slowly is just destroying your joints. Rich Piana was not strong. Like, I just have to say that about the guy. I love him, but he was not strong at all. It's because he killed his joints by taking so much fucking shit. It really does make you weak. I mean, it destroys your testosterone too. You literally have to take pills if you do gear, bro. Like, if you do large, I mean, I'm talking like for a long time. Excuse me, by the way. Ooh. Here we go. I took some ginger in my coffee, so I'm not clearing my throat as much anymore. I love this shit. Ginger really does help with that. It helps with bloating too. Oop, speak of the devil. But anyways, going back to Seth.
Okay.
You know, I
Loop
hope
around.
this guy.
He weaves kind of like Trump. He's a weaver.
He just. I really don't know what to say. It's like, bro, you're like 40. I mean, you should know better. I don't know why he feels like he has to prove himself like this. You know, but I think he's literally just addicted. Physically and psychologically. You know what I'm saying? Or mentally or whatever. He's addicted to the pump, but he's also addicted to just a feeling. He has bigorexia. That's really what it is. Kind of like with, you know, what I was saying with Nick Walker. The reason why he quit Mr. Olympia, it's because he's so obsessed with himself and he thought that he wasn't good enough. Like, I don't know how you can tell me that he's not bigorexic, bro. He literally is. And I just have to say too, bro, like, listen, you know, I respect anyone out there trying to better themselves, but you gotta realize there is a point where too much exercise is a bad thing, bro. There is a point where being too big can be a bad thing. You know, I love Rich Piana, rest in peace, but I never cared that much about his look. Like, the way that he looked cartoony, bro. Like, let's just be honest. It was to the point where it was just ridiculous, man. And plus, I'm not even a fan of, like, small waist. I don't know why bodybuilders are so obsessed with small waist.
Because that's part of the bodybuilding physique. You have I mean, like, your waist is small in comparison to the rest of you. It's like big, wide chest, big, wide shoulders, big, thick legs.
I think it's just because it makes their lats look bigger. To me, that just doesn't do it for me, bro. I think the thicker look is way better. It just makes you look
what a
stronger,
surprise.
honestly.
I like anything that's not like me, or that's like
dude.
me.
It also makes, I mean, to me, it kind of makes you look weak. It makes you look like someone could just snap you, bro.
Try.
Like, to not have a lot of fucking shit going on down there. You know what I'm saying? It's like, uh-oh, bro. Like, what happens if you, I don't know, like, scorpion yourself, you know, like on Ridiculousness? People falling on their face, like with their heads falling behind their heads. Like, it seems to me like you could just, you know what I'm saying, like a fucking Kit Kat if you fell the wrong way. But I don't know, bro. That's just, I don't know, dude. That's just my opinion anyway. But Seth, if you're watching this, bro, listen, man. You don't need gear to get bigger. All you need is hard work, you know, right amount of sleep, and of course the food, bro. Eat big to get big, just like Rich Piana said. You know what I'm saying? So why try to, you know, everyone's in such a rush these days. It's like, I guess because he wants to compete, but it's just, why is everyone in such a damn rush, dude? Like, you got your whole life ahead of you, man. Guys out there, just stop trying to feel like you have to prove yourself to motherfuckers, you know? That's just how I really feel. You know what I mean? Stop comparing yourself.
Hello, Egged. Welcome.
There's no reason to. Just because someone's bigger than you, that doesn't.
The other night we were watching King Cobra's ex-girlfriend, Jessica, and she said Ig. Instead of egg, she said Ig. So now we should call you Iggid. I-G-G-I-D. Iggid.
Doesn't make them better than you. A lot of times it doesn't mean they're even stronger than you anyway. Because I'll tell you something, bro. Like I was saying earlier, a lot of people on gear simply are not strong. They've got those water balloon muscles, bro. I can only think of a few exceptions, like Ronnie Coleman and Jay Cutler.
Of course,
and a few
that's
others.
the Egged.
Those are like the only really strong, super big bodybuilders that I know of. The rest of them just aren't that strong. It really will destroy your joints.
The Egged Show!
Saying, among other things, dude. Like cognitively too. It's a drug. Let's keep it plain and simple. It's a fucking drug.
But not all drugs are equal. Some drugs are way worse than others. Some drugs are therapeutic.
Bro, it will fuck you up in numerous ways, and it is addicting. I think Seth Ferrazzi is addicted to fucking gear, and I'm praying for the guy. I really am. So all the best to you, Seth, and to anyone watching this thinking about getting on gear, bro, listen to me. It's not worth it. It will fuck you up.
Hey, and by the way, I'm throwing this out to you because I see a bunch of you here in my chat right now. If you keep talking shit to King Cobra, he keeps banning you, and then I have to unban you. Unless you say like something really fucked up about him, then I just leave you banned. But you gotta like, if you talk shit to Cobra, he's gonna ban you from the other chat. So just try to watch out for that. You know?
And if you keep doing it, it will eventually end your life. You can get huge without it. You just have to work hard. You just gotta fucking get the right sleep. And of course, you know, eat big, like Rich Piana said, bro. Eat a lot. But that's just when you're bulking, you know. You want to bulk, you want to cut. You know, you can bulk again, cut again. I wouldn't recommend going on a bulk and cut too much. I mean, eventually your body's probably going to get tired of scarfing down carbs every day. Even if you do it like with breaks, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, like, I never really thought about this, but yeah, you probably shouldn't go on more than like 3 to 4 bulks in your lifetime, I would imagine, something like that.
Or you could just go on a 5-year bulk. That counts as one bulk. So, so don't go on more than 3 bulks, but you can let one single bulk last half a decade if you choose.
I don't know. That just kind of came to me, but...
okay.
That's all I really got for you guys. Most people simply just don't want to put in the work. Most people don't want to really sculpt. You know what I'm saying? Like what Brad Castleberry says. That's what he calls it. It's such a great example. I love that so much. Being a sculptor. You know what I'm saying? Like freaking Leonardo da Vinci, homie, with the dumbbell, using that as the fucking chisel. You know, you got to do high reps, bro. You know, I just want to end this video saying this, like, Eric Bugenhagen is such a retard. He is. I hate to say it because he's very entertaining and funny, but he's one of the dumbest people I know on YouTube. He thinks the only way to get big is through lifting heavy weight, and that's the exact opposite. That's the reason why powerlifters are not big, bro. It's because that method simply just gets you strong. Okay, high rep drop sets are how you get big, bro. That's how you get the really sick pump. All right, bro. I don't know how else to say it. Like, I don't know why Eric is such a retard, bro, that he still doesn't understand this. Either that or he just has a giant ego, and he just, you know, because of his own pride, I guess, he just refuses to think that he's not doing it right. I would imagine that's probably it, especially being like a pro wrestler. Oh God, I mean, I can imagine the ego on that guy. You know?
You have a pretty large ego. It's disproportionate to your status in life. Like, there are so many people that have egos that are deserved, but Jared does not.
And I like wrestling and everything, but a lot of that shit is just corny to me, bro. Like, fucking professional wrestling and shit.
It's supposed to be corny.
A lot of it sucks anyways these days. It's all fucking woke, you know what I mean?
Okay.
But yeah, I'm sure there are pro wrestlers out there who really think they are that character in real life. And Eric Bugenhagen is a perfect example of that dude. He seems like such a giant fucking douchebag. He really does, man. I do not care for that guy at all. I used to really like him. And it broke my heart too to hear that he was like that, you know what I mean? Because he used to actually even respond to my comments. No one does that. Like, he actually responded to me a few times. It's like, I really...
That's one thing that Jared just, he hopes for so badly, for the people that he's reaching out to on social media to, like, notice him. And then he'll be like, I talked to them. It's like, no, you didn't. You tweeted at them and they were like, oh, hey, guy. Because they don't know how fucking weird you are. And that's how it is.
You wanted to love that guy, but yeah, he's a giant turd.
You wanted to love him.
People who think these stupid things, bro. He said, what really pissed me off, honestly, bro, is when he was with Mike O'Hare, and he said that people who do high reps
okay, this is why it pisses him off, because Jared doesn't have a lot of weights, and all the weights he has are pretty light for someone who claims to be a bodybuilder. So he's mad because that's all Jared can do is really high reps. You know, high, like he'll do, you know, like he'll do 50 reps with a 10-pound dumbbell.
Paper mache muscles. That's what really did it for me. That's what I was like, okay, yeah, unfollowed, unsubscribed, go fuck yourself. Obviously just a giant meathead. So guys, listen, man, the reason why I'm explaining this to you is because you really have to do the work. Eric Bugenhagen does not do the work. Okay, he works out for maybe like an hour and a half a day. That's not enough.
Yes, it is. If you're actually pushing it, an hour is more than enough time. Yeah, 40 reps with a 2-pound dumbbell, like the kind that like an 80-year-old woman would use.
If you really want to get to your max potential, motherfucker, you're going to have to go easily over 2 hours a day. Easily. Okay? You know I'm not the perfect face to tell you this, because I know I'm not in the best shape. That's only because I'm
You're in a shape. Round is a shape.
Fucking old man, and I started way
You're
too
not
late
that
in the
old.
game. If I would have started earlier, I'm sure I would.
Oh my god, this is a new excuse that I've never heard before. Well, I just didn't start early enough, bro. That's why.
way better than I do now.
There are people that start in their 30s that get all jacked. That's definitely a thing that's happened.
But I mean, my journey is not complete. I'm still making gains, but I understand I'm not the perfect face to tell you this, but on a scientific level, you know, I hate to say it like that, but on a scientific level, bro, if you're not going 2 to 3 hours a day, you're simply not doing enough. Sculpting takes a long time. You have to isolate. That's the thing I wanted to tell you guys, is you have to fucking isolate the muscle, bro. You're not going to get stupid shredded and reach your potential mostly just doing compound movements. I do see Seth work the dumbbells, but I don't think he's doing enough of that. I noticed that he really just does a lot of like machine work, which I know there are machines that isolate the muscles, but you really got to do free weights. That's how I feel most of all, is you have to do fucking free weights. You have to literally sculpt to get huge. You know, it's just you're working every inch of that muscle when you do that, bro. When you're on a machine, you're stuck in place, you know what I mean? But when you're using the fucking dumbbell...
Jared speaks from a position of authority on things he clearly shouldn't. Like, he's not in good shape. So for him to, like, tell other people what they need to do to get in better shape is ridiculous. It'd be like me trying to tell people how to golf or something, like something I'm not good at all, and then trying to speak like I'm some kind of master at it. That's what he does. Martial arts is another thing. The things that Jared uses to define who he is as like as an expert, he actually knows nothing about and has accomplished nothing in.
And shit like that, you can move any which way you want, and that way you could really sculpt the shit out. So there you guys go. There's my fucking almost 20-minute rant. I didn't think this video would be that long, but I guess I'm just a passionate motherfucker, as Seth likes to say.
He's so passionate, bro.
Saying motherfucker. I think I actually created a habit of myself saying that now from watching his videos. Thanks, Seth. Appreciate you. Maybe that's from Angry Video Game Nerd. I don't think he says motherfucker that much, though. Just shitload of fucking stupid crap like that. That guy's such... If anyone needs to go to the gym, it's fucking James Rolfe. Holy shit, that guy. I don't know what woman would find someone like him sexually attractive. This little cuckold, bro. I've told him to go to the gym, too. Like, this motherfucker, bro.
You don't go to the gym? You don't go to a gym?
The Angry Video Game Nerd. I'm sure a lot of you guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you talk about him all the time. You're clearly jealous. He's a successful retro gaming content creator, and you have accomplished nothing, so you nitpick a lot of things about him, but in the end, like, he's easily better than you in pretty much every way. He's probably in better shape than you, too, and he doesn't even work out, I'm guessing. Maybe he does work out. I don't know. I've seen him in person, and he's not like a big fat schlub like you. So, I don't know.
Just an absolute cuckold, bro. It's like, god damn, son. Really, dude. Put down the video game controller and go lift a weight, bro. You know what I mean? You'll feel better about yourself anyways, but... Anyways, y'all, that's what I got. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, like I saw James Rolfe, the Angry Video Game Nerd, at a convention last year, and he didn't look like he was in bad shape. He was wearing like a wife beater. You know, I think the name of these shirts are cringy, but you know what I mean? Like a wife beater. He was wearing one of those, and he wasn't in bad shape. He was like thin. He didn't look like he was ripped or anything, but better shape than Jared. Easily. Here's a little more on Jared. This is him. I think I might have watched this on DP, but I don't think I got through it all the way. This is genetics are bullshit. This is where he talks about how genetics don't matter. I'm not sure why. Here it is.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Jay Genesis here, and you know, this is something that is just... I'll just be real with you guys. Like, I used to buy into the whole genetic shit when it comes to bodybuilding. Let me show off my...
Some people are genetically predisposed to being able to grow muscle mass more easily. That's true. Some people have like tooth enamel that's stronger genetically. Some people genetically can grow hair longer. Some people go bald genetically. Like, genetics are a thing, but that doesn't mean that it's the end all be all, you know? But like Mike Tyson is a guy who's like genetically muscular. Like, when Mike Tyson was 15, he looked like a 20-year-old guy because he was so fucking jacked.
Lovely chest for you guys. I've been doing more flies lately, so hopefully I can sculpt the pecs a little bit here. But, so I used to believe that genetics was a thing. Like,
it is a thing.
Oh, you can only get so big if you have bad genetics.
I mean, without performance-enhancing drugs, that is true. Like, your genetic limits can... There is a wall you can hit genetically if you're trying to build muscle, if you're not, like, naturally gifted.
You know, it's something that I think a lot of people get caught up in. You know, at least people who aren't blessed like I was. But, guys, you gotta just look at it like this, bro, okay? Hard work and dedication can get you anything in life. It can. I don't care what anyone has to say, bro. I really don't.
The tweeting cup. The moldy tweet cup.
I forgot to clean my mug again.
What do you mean you forgot to clean it again? You've never cleaned it. What are you talking about?
Thanks for that reminder.
Nope, you're not going to clean it. You don't clean it. There's no cleaning happening. There's no reminder.
Anyways, you have the ability to change your body's DNA. This is how complex and amazing our bodies are. Like, God really knew what the fuck he was doing, bro. And the same goes with your brain, too. You can literally change the chemistry of your brain. It's called neuroplasticity. And I learned about this through, you know, basically studying manifestation. You know, changing your subconscious mind to be positive instead of negative. You're literally changing the fucking DNA of your brain. You can do that with your body too, okay? You guys, listen, man. Faith will get you everywhere, bro. You just gotta believe in yourself. A lot of you guys, you know, and I don't entirely blame you because society sucks and people are assholes, but you just gotta stop believing what society tells you, man. Think for your own self, you know.
I don't follow society's rules.
Just go out there and do the fucking work, and I promise you will get gains. You will get massive gains. Genetics, what does genetics mean, bro? To me,
genetics means genetics.
Sorry, I have to resituate myself. I'm a bit bloated. I was eating a lot of popcorn. My mom got one of those tins, you know what I'm saying, for fucking...
He was eating caramel corn or something like that, right?
Halloween. Holy shit, bro. That caramel popcorn is delicious, bro.
I knew it! Dude, that is not bodybuilder food, Jared. It's like, it's high in carbs as it is, but then you're adding sugar to it on top of that.
Oh my lord. I love that orange cheddar one. The white cheddar just doesn't have a lot of cheese flavor to it, but... Anyways, popcorn rant aside. Listen, bro, on some real shit, okay? The only thing genetics mean is that some people are able to grow a little bit faster than others. To an extent, though, that's the thing. To an extent. You can catch up to these people if you have poor genetics. You can. You just have to keep training, and your body will literally change, bro. Your DNA will fucking change. I can tell that's happening with me now. I've always had
He has changed his DNA successfully.
Genetics throughout my entire life. I was always a scrawny motherfucker, you know, chicken legs McGee, whatever you want to call it. Fucking long and lanky, dude. That's what she said. But listen, man.
He always raises his glass to toast.
You're not stuck that way, okay? You're not stuck with bad genetics if you don't want to have them, bro. Anything you want in life, you can get through faith and determination. So, guys, that's all I really wanted to
just have faith.
Say, I don't know, dude. I'm just going to keep working, bro. And I still believe that I will grow, too. I know I said I was at my peak a few videos ago. I forgot which video. I believe that I still can grow, dude. The only thing about me is simply this, guys. And I know some trolls are going to be running their little bitch-ass mouths, but I have small feet, okay? My mom had small feet. She gave them to me. Thanks, Mom. Appreciate you, dude. It's okay, though, bro. I actually think it's kind of cute. I like my small feet. I don't care. It doesn't bother me, bro. You can think whatever you want because of that stupid, you know, goddamn myth about men with small feet. It ain't true, okay? My trolls will tell you otherwise, but they're just a bunch of homos. And they have a very small little gherkin. I can promise you that much. The reason why I can only get so big with small feet is simply due to this fact. I will get joint pain when I reach, you know, like 300 pounds, if I ever did. I would love to be a mass monster, but I know it simply wouldn't work with me because of that reason. My joints are already suffering, and I'm only like 258, so yeah. There's
no way he's only 258.
Simply no way I could ever be a mass monster without having trouble walking. You know what I'm saying? I would have to have a cane. I could be a mass monster in a wheelchair. How about that? And I'm sure those people do exist. But yeah, bro. Because of my small feet, I would never...
It's his small feet now. That's the reason why he's not, like, super huge and jacked. It's the small feet.
Probably like, excuse me, whew. I will probably never pass the like 250 lean mark, but I mean, hey, 250 is not bad, bro. You know, that's roughly like a fucking Oh, excuse me. Whew. That popcorn did not agree with me too well. I gotta go easy on them goddamn carbs. It's just that B12 I'm taking it's making me want to freaking carb load like a motherfucker, bro. I'm never taking that extra strength B12 again, dude. That shit had me on fire. Oh lordy. Sorry guys, I'm getting distracted here.
You know what they say about small feet? They wear small shoes.
But yeah, bro, Mike O'Hearn, he's like 260. I mean, if I could look like Mike O'Hearn, that would be so goddamn sick. It would, bro, and I know that I can. I mean, this guy's in his 50s, you know what I mean? And anyone can do it, bro. Age doesn't mean shit, okay? Yes, he's, you know, he might be on something, but so what if he is? You can still get that way, Natty. You know what I mean? Personally, I think it's possible that Mike could be natty. I've talked about this before. He's just someone who has no life. You know what I mean?
Him telling other people they have no lives is insane.
He's someone who's literally obsessed with it. And people like that, I believe they can achieve that sort of greatness. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I am saying?
When you literally make bodybuilding your religion, you can do anything, man. Like, this guy devotes his whole life to it. His haters, they're just lazy. You know, that's the thing, bro. And I could get started on a whole narcissism rant, but yeah, the society is full of a bunch of narcs now, and they're so lazy, they're so entitled, they just want to take it out on other people. And it's really unfortunate, the state of men these days.
He always finds a way to make it about himself. He's looping back to like, yeah, my trolls are like that.
You know, it's not even something I really feel like getting into again, but...
You get into it all the time.
That's the reason why I have trolls, guys. It's the reason a lot of people have trolls. It's because the world is full of weak, sad, pathetic men who don't want to make the extra effort in life. Who feel like, you know, life simply just owes them something without putting in the work. These are the kinds of people that will never evolve, bro. They will never go fucking anywhere in life. So, anyways, guys, there's my video for today. I don't really know what I have planned, honestly. I really don't. But you know what, dude? Christmas is coming, so I might be doing some Christmas videos here soon. I don't know. Thanksgiving, I wouldn't really know what to do for a Thanksgiving video. I could dress up like a turkey. I'm sure my trolls would love that. I'm sure that...
No, I don't care if you dress up like a turkey or not.
I would totally, you know, wankety wank to that shit, bro.
It's a weird projection he does where he's like, yeah, they're all just sexually attracted to me, bro. But there's evidence of Jared saying that he thinks I'm cute. So I think it's the other way around. I think it's wishful thinking on Jared's part. He wishes that I returned the affection. I simply don't, sir. I'm heterosexual, but if I had to be attracted to a man, it would definitely not be you.
Because they're a bunch of creeps. You know they got...
Oh, yeah. Other people are the creeps.
The
okay.
fetish. You know it.
Every accusation is a confession with Jared.
Bro, but, that goes without saying, bro. I don't even want to know what kind of weird stuff they watch on Pornhub. But anyways, guys, listen, just keep training, okay? Keep believing in yourself. If you have small calves, I just wanted to say this too. This is very important, okay? The reason why calves are so goddamn hard to train is because they're already strong. They're super strong, naturally. Much stronger.
They're not any more difficult to train than anything else. You just do leg exercises
than other muscles because, you know, when you stand, you're basically working them out. So naturally they are going to be more toned and it's going to take more work to basically grow them. And not too long ago I found out it's really the same thing with shoulders. You know, shoulders are naturally strong because it's holding your arms. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's I mean, it's not holding your arms up. I don't know how to say it, but it's basically, you know, it's the main attachment to your arms. So they are doing a lot of work, even by just, you know, doing nothing, even by just standing, they're still doing work, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So your shoulders and your calves, those are naturally going to be trouble spots for everyone. But it is possible to genetically just have a different trouble spot. You know what I mean? I just wanted to give you guys a general thing there. For me, my worst spot is the back, but that's simply because I struggle with bloating. And
it's always something that has nothing to do with him. It's always like something out of his control, and he's just a helpless victim of circumstance.
So it's hard for me to do pull-ups and other stuff where I'm laying on my...
No, you know what? It's hard to do pull-ups when your arms are weak, your shoulders, your chest are all weak, and you're fat. Like, if your body weighed less and you worked out your arms more, you'd be able to do pull-ups. Pull-ups are hard. Like, I can't do good pull-ups, but I'm not making excuses. It's because I'm overweight and my arms are weak. See how easy that is, Jared?
My belly. But my back has always been my biggest trouble spot. But one day, though, bro, one day I will have that fucking V-taper.
No, you won't. You just said in the... Hold on. In the video we just watched before this, the video he just watched before this, he said he didn't like the small waist. But here he's saying, yeah, one day I'll have that V-taper. So does he want it or does he not want it? Does it look good or does it not look good?
I know I will, dude. So I'm just going to focus on other things right now, though. And yeah, bro, I got to get off that B12. I only have like 4 gummies left, so pretty soon things should be back to normal, and I'll be a lot less tired. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Peace.
Oh my gosh. Let's see here. Let's check out some news. Here's some news about all the people Trump is choosing for his cabinet are just fucking a nightmare. I am not looking forward to it at all. So we're just going to go through a few of those.
No, this was a name that we had sources that had been telling us that Tulsi Gabbard, the former Democrat.
See, these people kissed the ring, and now they're getting cabinet positions. You know, someone who was running for president as a Democrat 4 years ago is now getting a cabinet position in Trump's White House.
Congresswoman turned Republican.
Problem. Go swimming. It's low impact and gets you clean. Plus, there's also all those women in bikinis.
Oh, we don't need him. Well, there's probably children at the pool, too, so we don't need Jared. We don't need to encourage him to do that.
And would be tapped for the director of national intelligence role. And just here in the last moments, that's exactly what happened. Donald Trump announcing that Tulsi Gabbard will take the reins, if confirmed by the U.S. Senate, of the office of the director of national intelligence. I mean, Tulsi Gabbard, of course, is somebody who rose to prominence back in 2017 when she took a secret trip to Syria to meet with President Bashar al-Assad. At the time, he was alleged to have ordered the killings of hundreds of thousands of Syrian civilians. It was a trip that was repudiated by Democrats and Republicans alike at the time that ultimately the U.S. was determining how it would engage and respond to the killings of civilians. And in the aftermath of that, she was hesitant to call him a dictator and was hesitant to condemn him for the actions that were taking place in Syria. Ultimately, she ran for president in 2019 as a Democrat. She was somebody that irked a great many other Democrats on that stage, taking on memorably then Senator Kamala Kamala Harris. Ultimately, in the aftermath of the 2020 election, she ended up going and making her presence on Fox News routine before becoming a close ally of Tucker Carlson, and somebody who then closely aligned herself with Robert F. Kennedy Jr. before just a couple weeks ago.
What
at
a fall
campaign
from
rally that was
grace.
at in Michigan, going up on stage and declaring that she was now officially a member of the Republican Party because of Donald Trump, and had sought to play a key role in his administration. She was, I'm told, an honorary chair on this transition team here, and now Donald Trump clearly trusting of Tulsi Gabbard and placing her in this critical national intelligence position.
All right, so Courtney, her in that role, I mean, she's the air traffic controller, if you will, of intelligence, which comes going to come from the Pentagon.
Secretary of Homeland Security isn't too bad, provided we go up against a terrorist group made up of the cast of Animal Farm, house pets, Native Americans, and homeless people.
It's funny.
Terrorism, we're on it, incoming.
It's funny because that story from her book where she like bragged about shooting her dog, and Trump kind of like distanced himself from her because of all the bad press at the time. And she, she was talked about as a possible running mate at the time. And I was like, oh man, she ruined her. Like even Trump won't touch this because of the dog thing. They're eating the dogs. They're shooting the dogs. But now, I guess enough time has passed that, it doesn't matter.
For Robert Kennedy to sprout tentacles, fully become a mind flare.
It's the brain worm.
It's going to come from the CIA, the FBI, also from the national security team within the White House. Tell me a little bit about what it means to have her in a role like this.
Yeah, I mean, I think the huge question here is, what is this going to mean for career intelligence officers? How are they going to see someone who, as we just heard Vaughn say, met with Bashar al-Assad and said that he is not the enemy of the people? And at the time, there was a tremendous amount of outcry about the fact that she was defending someone who had slaughtered his own people and was in an ongoing campaign of killing civilians in his country and virtually allowing ISIS to build up, who were also...
By the way, please like the stream if you haven't already. And I am doing a Patreon private show, and I would appreciate your support, guys. It's not the DP Patreon. It's my other Patreon that I've had for maybe like, I don't even know, like 7 years now. I'm doing a $5 Patreon private show. I'm going to kind of explore the history of 4chan and how 4chan got really influential in the early 2000s. And then eventually, they ended up blowing things up for like WikiLeaks. And then eventually helping a wing of 4chan help Donald Trump get elected. So we're going to be exploring that, which I think should be interesting. Plus, I'm going to drink and hang out and shoot the shit. You guys can sign up down below. It's only $5. I have it linked under Hang Out and Drink with Me. There's a link to the Patreon post. You just sign up at $5. You can cancel at any time. You can sign up, pay the $5, and cancel right after so it doesn't automatically renew. And then I'll see you next month, and you can sign up again if you want.
Tormenting the civilians in his country, while at the same time allowing Russia to move into the country and also terrorize the population. So it's a surprising development that that she would be put in charge of the intelligence community, because, as you mentioned, Katie, air traffic controller is a very interesting way to put this, because for all intents and purposes, the other intelligence agencies all essentially root through the director of national intelligence. Yeah. So it's a very powerful position. It's almost like, as you said, it's a gatherer, but it's also an aggregator of that information, that intelligence. And we all know Donald Trump has been very outspoken, and many people around him, about their feelings that they don't trust the U.S. intelligence agencies and they don't trust their products. So the huge question now is, how could that manifest with a Tulsi Gabbard at the head of that agency?
We have Richard Haas standing by for us. I want to bring him in a second, but because he's going to have a lot to weigh in on here. But Jake, I want to ask you first, confirmation for Tulsi Gabbard, would she meet any resistance?
This is going to be the most difficult nomination to get through the United States Senate, period, hard stop. I mean, this and Hegseth, right? I mean, I don't know that Tulsi Gabbard gets confirmed by the Senate. Let me just put it that way. Again, he has chosen a lot of people with easy paths to confirmation. John Ratcliffe at the CIA, Marco Rubio, Kristi Noem, all of those folks will get confirmed. I mean, Marco Rubio could probably almost get confirmed on voice vote. He won't, but he probably could get close. Tulsi Gabbard is going to be extraordinary.
It's funny how Rubio, was trading like small dick insults with Trump, back in the day, and now he ended up kissing the ring, so now he's got a cabinet seat.
Extraordinarily difficult, and it's just a tough pill to swallow because senators are, as we just saw, Katie, in the Senate leadership race earlier today, the whole right Trump Twitter sphere went crazy over Rick Scott and all of that and said he should be the leader, and senators didn't really care. So I think you're going to see a lot of that when it comes to these nominations. And remember, Mitch McConnell is another free agent when it comes to these nominations. He has 2 years left in his Senate term. He is no longer in Senate Republican leadership. He has been very critical of Trump in this new biography that came out. He thinks Trump is an unserious person, and I think he'll share the opinion that some of these nominees are not serious people. So Tulsi Gabbard, Pete Hegseth are going to be two incredibly difficult nomination processes.
We will watch and see. We're going to learn a lot about what Congress is going to be like and what they're going to rubber stamp with Donald Trump in these confirmation processes coming up in January. All right, Von Hilliard, Courtney Kuby, Jake Sherman, thank you very much.
Whenever I hear Von Hilliard, I think of like a fancier version of Von Helton.
This is Talking Points on CBS News Minnesota.
I like
Welcome
some
to
local
Talking
news.
Points. I'm Esme Murphy, and the big question we're going to answer, well, actually a lot of questions.
Wow, they're in a very rustic setting. There's a fireplace with firewood stacked like halfway up to the ceiling. Their mic sucks though. I'm surprised that their mic for like a professional CBS affiliate station, you'd think there wouldn't be all this echo. And that the sound will be a little more crisp.
We're going to answer. That's right. Is what can President-elect Donald Trump do by himself when he's president, just by executive order? With us to answer this, constitutional law professor David Schultz. We turn to him for all kinds of things, but these are big questions. First of all, on
Dr. D, David Schultz?
Day one, can he deport millions of people?
He cannot. There's a variety of procedures he has to go through before he could do that, and it's going to be challenged in court. But basically, the individuals who are facing deportation are allowed hearings before they're deported.
There you go.
With so many Republicans and conservatives on the court that he's appointed, on courts around the nation that he's appointed, can he go around that?
He can't go around that. He would have to still provide. They still have to provide deportation hearings. They still have to go through actual legal proceedings before they can actually remove people from the United States.
Okay. Sounds like it's going to be a legal battle.
Correct. It is going to be a legal battle.
All right. Can Donald Trump, the president-elect, when he is president in just a short number of weeks, can he just eliminate the Department of Education?
He cannot. The Department of Education...
Yeah, that's another thing he's been talking about. Getting rid of the Department of Education, to leave it up to the states. The thing is like... The whole purpose of the federal government is to be like the universal standard for all of the states. They set the minimum standard for education and other things. And if you leave it up to the states, some states are just going to fucking ruin it.
Was created by statute, by law, and for him to eliminate the Department of Education, he would have to get Congress to be able to pass a law eliminating the Department of Education. Now, could that happen? Yes, but he just can't by himself say no more Department of Education.
And this raises a really interesting issue because right now, California really counts things slowly.
Right.
Right now, neither party has 218, which is the majority needed in the U.S. House. However, the Republicans are way ahead. It certainly looks like they're going to have control. So this may be a trifecta.
Yeah, it looks like it could be a trifecta.
And so something like the Department of Education, if it's a trifecta, that'll happen.
They could do that, but also remember at this point that in order for them to be able to pass a law to eliminate the Department of Education, there's a thing called the filibuster rule in the U.S. Senate. And so unless the Republicans can get 60 votes to basically support legislation in the Senate, they can't eliminate the Department of Education.
And for those who've seen the old movie, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, is that the filibuster going to be a Democrat, Senator Amy Klobuchar, getting up and standing and speaking for 36 hours? I mean, how is that going to work?
No, we don't have an actual standing filibuster rule anymore. That used to be from the movies. That used to occur a long time ago.
It's a good movie.
A great movie. You merely have to now threaten the filibuster, and that's enough.
Okay, so threaten the filibuster, and that's enough. So still not exactly a simple, easy, day one kind of thing, you're saying?
Absolutely correct at this point.
All right. How about Susie Wiles, who is his new chief of staff, will be his chief of staff when he becomes president, said over the weekend that he was going to enact a number of executive orders that he had enacted before. She didn't specify, but a lot of speculation going on in terms of exiting the climate accords,
right.
Paris Climate Accords, a ban on immigration from certain Muslim countries. Could that happen on day one? Can he do that?
Some things can. Okay, so it's important to understand that under Article 2 of the Constitution, presidents have a certain amount of discretionary authority to issue executive orders. They don't carry the force of law. They can be changed, repealed at any time. A lot of executive orders are given to the president as delegated power from Congress. If the president is given delegated powers, there are very specific rules that have to be followed before he can issue executive orders. The reason why I mention that, there are some things that he could make some decisions on depending on the issue, and he could change those executive orders. But there are some of them, because of those executive orders are in place, they carry the force of law, and you have to follow some very specific procedures to change them.
Okay. Another thing people are concerned about, just looking on the all-powerful internet,
Right.
people are worried about cuts to entitlement programs like food stamps, WIC now, Medicaid. Can he do that? Can he change the rules for entitlement programs?
He cannot himself. Again, this is all done through Congress and through their appropriations power and through legislation.
Yeah, but there is a congressional majority now.
Could he eventually, if he gets both houses of Congress to go along with it? Yes, but he himself cannot simply say, I'm going to eliminate, let's say, food stamps. I'm going to cut Social Security. All that is done by law. And remember, all of us at one point saw, I'm just a bill on Capitol Hill. That's actually true, that there has to be laws passed to do some of these things.
If you can put on your political science hat here, do you expect him to try and do all these things?
That Schoolhouse Rock thing is ubiquitous.
Well, I expect him to try an awful lot of these things. And if his second term is any indication of what he plans on doing, and it's a parallel to what he did in his first term, he faced an incredible number of lawsuits in his first term. And let's just say in the area of the environment, he lost most of them. In fact, the Trump administration has one of the worst records in court for losing compared to any recent presidents in history.
Okay, let's talk about environmental records and a big issue for Minnesota, drilling in the boundary waters and the expansion of mining there. Can he change that single-handedly?
He can't single-handedly easily. Again, it would have to go through what's called the rulemaking process and go through an administrative law process. Could he eventually do it? Yes. But he would also, again, face significant litigation and lawsuits in doing it. But the simple answer is he can try a lot of things. There's going to be a lot of lawsuits out there, but he does not have the power as a king. There's going to be very specific rules in place that can...
I mean, the courts have kind of said differently, but I guess we'll see what happens.
Carry the force of law that he cannot ignore.
Okay. Speaking of lawsuits, you were the one that told me that while some of these criminal cases are going to go away, notably the federal ones, civil lawsuits against a president, against a person, even if he becomes president, still stand. So you've got E. Jean Carroll, who has got the sexual harassment, actually it's a rape allegation, and I think 88 million in 2 different verdicts. That's being appealed. So that can continue.
Correct, absolutely continue. Yeah, we noticed from the Clinton administration when it was a case called Clinton versus Jones, where Paula Jones was suing Bill Clinton for sexual harassment.
Way back in the early 90s, people.
Yeah, a long time ago.
I remember that.
That case went to the Supreme Court, and it was unanimous that what the court said is that presidents can still face civil lawsuits so long as their duties as president are not interrupted. It would take a lot to say that he can't continue to perform his duties as president.
Because he's got some serious civil lawsuits. There's those 2, and then there's the civil fraud trial where he was accused of falsifying business records to get better interest rates on loans, and that award was $300 million. So that can still, that stands. That's not going to go away.
That's not going to go away. The question is, does it get overturned on appeal? That's a different story entirely. But in terms of, does it go away just because he's reelected? No.
Okay, would it get overturned just because he's the president?
No, it would not. There have to be some other grounds as a matter of law. Like, for example, that there was some mistake that was made in terms of the law, some mistake during the jury deliberations, or during the trial deliberation, I should say, that forces a court of appeals to say, the lower court got it wrong, and therefore new trial or something.
Now, just in the judge in one of the state cases, a state criminal case, where he was found guilty on 30+ felonies of falsifying business records to cover up the hush money payment to Stormy Daniels. The sentencing is supposed to be later in November. Right now, the judge has put out a week on his announcement on whether or not that sentencing is going to go away, whether it will continue. What do you think is going to happen?
Well, first off, he delayed it until after the Electoral College votes and casts their ballots for President of the United States. Trump was never going to get prison time. Anybody who ever thought that was going to happen, he's never going to get prison time. It's possible that he might still get a fine. He might get put on probation. But clearly being elected as president is going to have some impact, as the judge indicated here. But for anybody who ever had the fantasy that he's going to jail for this first-time offense, even though they were felony, at best, he was going to get fined or probation.
So you're saying that a sitting president could be on probation?
Possibly, but I don't think it's likely. I think it's going to be here. I said possibly. I think if anything, he's going to get fined.
All right. Well, Professor David Schultz, always a pleasure shedding light on all of these things. Sounds like there are going to be a lot of questions in the new administration and about the new administration.
Absolutely correct, both legally and in terms of administratively what they do.
Well, we know who to come to. Thank you very much.
My pleasure. Thank you.
All right. Here's the story about Elon Musk. It's like Trump just wants Elon to like go away now that he's gotten his money to run his campaign on. He's like, all right, Elon, go away. So he created this bullshit Doge department for him. The Department of Government Efficiency. I'd love to have heard the conversation that happened when he came up with this, but here it is.
A historic moment at the White House. President Biden welcoming President-elect Trump inside the Oval Office, with the president once again pledging a peaceful transfer of power.
ABC's Perry Russum is live at the White House and joins us now. Perry.
Good morning. This meeting happening just a few steps away from where we are, and the White House was clear it wants to show the American people what a peaceful transfer of power looks like. Remember, this meeting did not happen 4 years ago when Trump lost. Today, a historic meeting at the White House. President-elect Trump and President Biden in the Oval Office.
Do everything we can to make sure you're accommodated, what you need, and we're going to get a chance to talk about some of that today. So
good.
Welcome
Thank you
back.
very much, and thank you very much. And politics is tough.
Politics is tough.
Many cases, not a very nice world, but it is a nice world today, and I appreciate it very much.
Trump starting the day on Capitol Hill, meeting with House Republicans.
Thank you very much. This is a very nice gathering. Isn't it nice to win?
It's so nice.
Trump with a flurry.
Isn't it nice to win?
Nominations to his new administration, including Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy. Trump says they will lead the Department of Government Efficiency. The department currently does not exist. Musk today making the trip to Washington with Trump. Trump also naming Pete Hegseth.
This is insane. This Fox News host is now, he's going to be the Secretary of Defense. That's insane.
his Secretary of Defense. The nomination catching some Republicans.
He served in the military, but he was not high ranking in the military. He has no experience. He's a Fox News commentator. You know, Trump saw. Oh, I like that guy. He's on Fox News. I like him.
Off guard. Hegseth on the Sean Ryan Show podcast days ago.
I'm straight up just saying we should not have women in combat roles. It hasn't made us more effective, hasn't made us more lethal, has made fighting more complicated.
Hegseth is a weekend co-host on Fox News and U.S. Army veteran. He's a Trump loyalist with no government experience who could now oversee the Pentagon.
Oversee the Pentagon! Just because you were in the military does not make you qualified to be the Secretary of Defense. Okay? Wow.
Hegseth on Fox News.
The Pentagon likes to say, our diversity is our strength. What a bunch of garbage. In the military, our diversity is not our strength. Our unity is our strength.
Trump nominating South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem to be his Secretary of Homeland Security. She would manage the Secret Service, FEMA, and ICE. Noem making headlines during the campaign after writing a story in her memoir about shooting and killing her one-year-old dog. Noem says the dog was aggressive.
Let's send President Trump back to the White House.
Oh, this is, yeah, and she was with him when he played all the music during the town hall. God.
And then notably absent today was Melania Trump. She was invited to be here but could not make it. The White House tells us that First Lady Jill Biden gave Trump a handwritten letter congratulating Melania Trump on the win.
Hello. All right. Here's some more.
All right, we've got another Trump appointment, and this is one that is probably going to surprise a lot of people because he was not on any.
None of this surprises me now. I'm ready. I'm ready for the freak show to come to town.
Of the lists that were floating around out there.
He looks like a cartoon villain, right?
And there had been some discussion that President-elect Trump was having trouble making this final decision, or maybe this is the person he had in mind all along. But he has now nominated Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz as Attorney General of the United States. He just wrote this on Truth Social. Quote, Matt is a deeply gifted and tenacious attorney, trained at William and Mary College of Law, distinguished himself in Congress through his focus on achieving desperately needed reform at the Department of Justice. Few issues in America are more important than ending the partisan weaponization of our justice system. Matt will end weaponized government, protect our borders, dismantle criminal organizations.
Weaponized government.
And restore Americans' badly shattered faith and confidence in the justice.
We'll see if Trump decides to weaponize the government.
Department. So we're going to get some folks on the phone to get reaction to this. Fortunately, we still have Steve Hilton with us. Steve, you know, we have been all kind of looking at different people that we had heard were in the mix for this position. And no doubt this is a surprise to a number of them who thought they were in the running. Your
Not
thoughts?
a surprise.
Well, the first reaction was, wow. President-elect Trump is really going for it. I mean, this is a very, very strong appointment. And exactly as he said in his statement, all the
So this English guy here has a California-shaped lapel pin with the American flag pattern on top of it. Okay.
Those things he said about Matt are absolutely true. I'd like to add something that our audience may not know about Matt Gaetz, because, of course, he's so familiar as a firebrand. I think it was his book even called Firebrand. I think he called himself that. And a bomb thrower politically. But actually, he's very, very smart on policy. I got to know that when I'd have him as a guest on my show over the years. I remember the very first time he came on my show, and we had him on for a particular topic, and during the break, I asked him about the next thing that we were going to discuss. It was a completely unrelated topic. And he immediately came out with some incredibly smart policy-based observations.
God, incredibly
that were
smart.
so impressive. And I said, great, join for that discussion as well. And I've stayed in touch with him over the years. He's very smart. He knows policy. He's a serious guy. He doesn't always necessarily show that because he goes for the jugular politically. But it's wrong to dismiss him as just a political firebrand. He's much, much more than that. There's a depth to him that doesn't always come across.
You know,
I want the Hamburglar to be Secretary of State.
I think that what can be said about
a lot of these picks, Steve, is that they will definitely cause all of the people, whether it's at the Pentagon or the Department of Justice,
Yes.
they are sitting up straight in their chairs right now, wondering what this is going to be like. I'm just picturing Matt Gaetz, if he is confirmed, walking into the Department of Justice for those big get-togethers that they have with new leadership and what the reaction is going to be. And I'm guessing that you will probably have some people who say, I'm not necessarily going to stick around for that chapter.
Yes, and he would probably...
I'm pretty sure Jeff Holiday is in the UK right now. His work sent him to Birmingham, and I think he's there now, which is interesting. Wonder how that's going over there.
Say good. But exactly as we were discussing earlier, this is what the country voted for. It was a clear victory, a decisive victory, and this is what Donald Trump was saying all the time in all the rallies. He was specifically in this particular area where Matt Gaetz will now play a leading role about the weaponization of our justice system. And again, let's go back to the point. The insiders and the establishment will say, this is how could you do this? This is completely appalling. Well, how well have they been doing running things? It's been a complete disaster. Merrick Garland's been a disaster as Attorney General. Yes, he's very qualified. He's a kind of establishment guy, was previously nominated as a Supreme Court Justice, etc., etc. But on his watch, the confidence of the public in our justice system has completely collapsed. And so even on the base level, you could say, well, how much worse could it be? But I think it's going to be much better than that, because the phrase you used earlier, I think, is such an important one. It's a brilliant phrase that captures the energy here, a reform jolt. That is what's needed. That's what is needed right across the government, a real shake-up, and you're only going to get that from people who are incredibly clear in what they think and will lead in a very clear direction. Yeah. Some may not like it, but it's what people voted for last week.
Yeah, and I think Mary Catherine Ham just brought up the exit poll, our Fox News voter analysis, significant upheaval. People who said they wanted significant upheaval in the way that the government is run. I think people are so sick and tired of, watching how much it costs, how many of their tax dollars are spent, and not seeing huge results for that in terms of a stronger country, a country that's more efficient, where, our intelligence is the absolute best, our justice system is the absolute best. So very interesting. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of people who are not too happy today who thought that they were in the running for this spot, but that's life. That's the way it goes. And this is his pick. So we'll see how it goes moving forward. Steve, thank you very much, Steve Hilton, for joining me again.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey,
Sean Hannity.
Oh, the reaction today, swift and surprised to President-elect Trump's choice to head the Department of Defense. Fox News host Peter Hegseth, a veteran of the Iraq.
Again,
in a surprise turn of events, President-elect Trump has nominated the wacky racers and the villains from Rocky and Bullwinkle as the Supreme Court justices.
Boris and Natasha? Ooh, interesting choice.
Welcome back to CBS News 24/7. Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy among the latest tapped for jobs in Donald Trump's second administration. Their new gig, leading a government agency titled the Department of Government Efficiency. Wasn't really immediately clear how the department would operate, but in a statement, Trump says the department will dismantle government bureaucracy, slash excess regulations, cut wasteful expenditures, and restructure federal agencies. David Yaffe-Bellany is a technology reporter for the New York Times and covers the crypto industry. So David,
right. That's what this is. This is just part of Elon's Doge crypto scam. Is what it is. It has nothing to do with it. It's not going to become a real department. More than likely, it is not going to.
With that statement, welcome, by the way. You're our first live guest, not on a Zoom here on CBS 24/7. Nice to have you with us. That statement by the president-elect sounds like a mission statement. How will this all work?
Well, the statement was certainly short on specifics. I mean, they're calling this a federal department, but is it actually a department? Right. Will it have any sort of congressional oversight?
I hear Dudley Do-Right is leaving the Mounties and moving to the United States to be the new head of the FBI.
Will there be a staff, working for these two guys as they reduce staff counts in other agencies? So there are really a lot of kind of question marks about the specifics of how this will actually function.
Well, and we saw Elon Musk sort of rise in prominence. You saw him there at rallies there. Vivek Ramaswamy standing there, I believe, shoulder to shoulder with Steve Wynn of Wynn Casino fame in Las Vegas. You're starting to see their faces pop up a lot, but a lot of people wonder why Elon Musk. What's in it for Elon Musk from your vantage point?
I mean, there's a lot in it for Elon Musk. He runs companies that have federal contracts. He runs companies that are being
I want Johnny Five from Short Circuit to be a cabinet member.
Investigated by federal agencies. Potentially, he'll be in the position to police agencies that are essentially supposed to be policing him. And so the conflicts of interest there will be very fraught, but it gives him a tremendous amount of power both in the business world and in the political world going forward.
Okay, so next question. We're hearing a lot about cryptocurrency, Dogecoin. How is that pronounced?
Dogecoin.
Dogecoin. All right, it's the difference between Target and Target. Dogecoin, cryptocurrency. Tell us what that is. Why are we seeing such a rally here?
It has gone up a lot. It was the other night. It got up to like 45 cents while I was asleep at like 1 a.m. my time. That's the thing about the crypto market. It doesn't close. It's 24 hours worldwide. It's not like the U.S. stock market where it's closed. Like it only keeps regular business hours and it's closed on weekends and holidays. The crypto market never shuts down. So you could have an investment in crypto and then go to sleep and then wake up the next morning and have it be worth like, 10% of what it was when you went to sleep that night.
So cryptocurrency as a sector has seen kind of a huge surge in price over the last year for all sorts of reasons. But since the election, Bitcoin has surged up in price, Dogecoin as well. Partly it's because President-elect Trump has talked a lot about how much he loves crypto, how he plans to kind of promote the industry, reduce regulation, and so there's a lot of enthusiasm in the sector right now. And Dogecoin is essentially a meme. It's a joke. There's nothing behind the currency except the joke. And so when somebody like Elon Musk turns that joke into the name of a government task force, that has a big impact.
All right. So New York Times.
Sometimes I'm wondering when the price of Doge goes up, if it's literally just Elon buying up a bunch of it to make the price go up, because he could do that. He could throw a few million into it and it's pocket change to him, and he could inflate the price of it just for fun, just as a troll. He spent over $40 billion to buy Twitter only to change its name and rebrand it. So I don't think he's above buying like $10 million of Dogecoin to pump up the price of it.
Times has gone head-to-head with the president-elect many, many times. How are you preparing as a news organization to face what is yet to come? Donald Trump famously saying the failing New York Times. What are your reporters feeling as they go into now a second Trump administration?
I think there's a lot of enthusiasm to cover this administration like any other, to, be aggressive.
They do sell some crypto on Robinhood. They sell Doge on Robinhood, actually. And then there's like crypto exchanges like Coinbase and Binance. There's a whole bunch of crypto exchanges. Crypto's really easy to buy now. It used to be complicated. It used to be way more complicated to buy crypto in the like early days of Bitcoin. But now all you need is like a U.S. bank account and an ID. To buy it in the U.S., you need like a U.S. bank account and an ID and all that. So
aggressive about reporting important stories to hold people accountable and to sort of keep a handle on the chaos, because there's going to be a real desire from readers to understand what's going on.
All right.
Yeah. Little news broke while you were in there. Okay.
Yeah, come on. Back up. And then you guys are going to go let me vote, right?
Yeah.
Can you guys back up?
I don't think Charles Schwab deals in crypto, but I don't have an account through them.
We get the phone. Put an answer group. Back up a little bit, guys. It's a tremendous honor to the president who places confidence in me in a position of such importance. It's also a tremendous responsibility, and the job of the Secretary of State is to
They were making small dicks jokes at each other, 8 years ago.
Policy set by the elected President of the United States, and I hope to have the opportunity to do it if my current colleagues here in the U.S. Senate confirm me. So
Senator Matt Gaetz was also nominated to be the Attorney General of the United States. Would you support that?
Oh shit, I was offered to buy Bitcoin when it was like less than $1. You know, if I would have bought $100 in Bitcoin back when it was like 90 cents. I don't remember what it was. It was like 75 to 90 cents when I first heard about it. If I had bought $100 of it now, I'd be like a multi-millionaire. I'd be like ridiculously wealthy. I was like, what is this shit? It's not real money. Why? What the fuck is this? This is a scam.
Nomination?
Well, I'll be involved in my own. I know Matt for a long time. At one point, years ago, when I was in the state legislature, he actually worked for me when I was aspiring to be Speaker of the House. I've known him for a long time. And again, I think the president is entitled to his team, and he's made his appointments. And so I like Matt a lot. I know him very well, and I'm confident that if the Senate confirms him, he would do a good job. And again, presidents are entitled to have the people that they want in these key positions to carry out the mandate that's been delivered to him by the voters of the United States.
Do you think Gaetz is confirmable, though?
Today.
Karma isn't real.
There was a tweet today saying that does Italy is a democracy, or does an elected official take the decision? This tweet was from Elon. An elected official take the decision.
I mean, so not even 20 years ago. Not even 20 years ago, Bitcoin was like 75 cents to 90 cents, and now it's like $90,000 a Bitcoin. So just think about that return. The thing is that it was complicated to buy originally. Like, you had to have a wallet and store the Bitcoin on your computer. It used to be really easy to mine back in the day too. You basically use your computer to calculate. Like, Bitcoin could be mined, and it was a lot easier to mine it. Now it's way more difficult, and the energy cost associated with it just doesn't make it worth it.
Referring this to the Italian judiciary system that blocked an immigration law. This tweet was from Elon Musk. So,
I can't comment. I haven't seen that. I don't know what he's referring to. And while I know the importance of our alliance with Italy and how important they've been, I most certainly wouldn't say I'm in a position right now to be an expert on their judicial system. So you'll have to ask whoever it is that posted that.
I mean, if I bought $100 in Bitcoin back when it was 75 cents, it wouldn't even matter if it fell $20,000. You could cash it out for millions. You know.
Do you think Gaetz can be confirmed?
The thing is that there's a pattern every time there's a presidential election. The last 3 presidential elections have seen Bitcoin rise to a new high every time. So people freaked out when it got over 20K, and then when it got over 70K. So
again, I think most of my colleagues understand that presidents the presidents deserve great deference in appointing people to key positions in government to serve in their cabinet, and that's how I expect they'll continue. But obviously, I'm not sure if I'll even be here for that vote. So, okay, thank you.
What about Tulsi Gabbard?
I think that's a good picture.
All right, yeah, Rubio's so boring. God. Let's watch a little bit of T-Bob here. T-Bob! T-Bob! T-Bob was so happy about the election. It was crazy. What is this music, T-Bob?
4 of the 5 counties that surround your county all voted red. How do you explain that?
I see his face is healed a little bit. He doesn't look quite so much like he's on his deathbed.
How do you explain, T-Bob Love?
T-Bob Love.
Moving down here to the most Democratic part of Texas, and I told you the reason I moved here is because Hidalgo County had never voted red.
And that's not why you live there. You moved there because because someone offered you a place to live. You didn't move there for political reasons. Come on. If that would have been the case, you should have moved to like New York or Chicago or Los Angeles.
Ever in history. And I told you I was going to change it around.
Oh.
You didn't believe me.
How did you do that, T-Bob?
Yet, looky here. Not only did Hidalgo County vote red, but all 5 counties that make up the Rio Grande Valley voted red, bitch.
It's Texas, dude.
And I think there's only 1, maybe 2. I know 1 county voted red one time long ago, back in the 80s. Hadn't been red since. But all through history, these counties have all been Democrat. And Hidalgo County has never voted Democrat.
Oh, by the way, since we were talking about crypto, I want to remind people that if you use the Brave browser, please send me your basic attention tokens, your bats, because those are going up in value too. And you know what? I have completely switched to the Brave browser. I used to use Chrome a little bit too, but now I'm mostly just Brave because Chrome was like using up my system resources so much it was ridiculous. So now I'm 100% on with Brave because it works way better. And you know how Google owns, Google makes Chrome and Google owns YouTube. Well, if you use Chrome, it's a lot harder to get a reliable ad blocker with Chrome. But I still don't get any ads through Brave. If I use Brave and I'm watching YouTube, their ad blocker works way better. I use Windows.
But in this election, they voted Republican for the first time in history. Now, how do you explain that, Mo? I moved down here to the Rio Grande Valley, and the Rio Grande Valley...
I use CompuServe.
Turned red, like Santa Claus red, baby.
Santa Claus red, baby.
I did what I told you I was going to do. I turned these counties around. You, on the other hand, you turned your county more Democrat, if anything.
What?
All that jive talking you doing. All that jive talking that you did. All that flapping that hot air out your damn mouth like your butthole is farting. And yet your county voted 70% Democrat. How do you explain that, Mo? Oh, but you're the popular one on the internet, right?
I have no idea who he's talking about. Mo Reese. I don't know who that is. Mo Reese Delk.
Oh, Mr. Popular. Oh, Mr. Maurice Dell. Mr. Somebody. You ain't nobody, Mo. I tell you what you are, Mo. You're a knockoff.
What?
You're a knockoff. You want to be a pro-Democrat, and you are a Democrat. But you really wanted to fool everybody into believing that you were pro-Republican, that you were pro-Donald Trump. But it came out of your mouth too many times. Especially with your best friend who's facing federal felony charges on defrauding the veterans.
I love how Trumpster Bob does this weird research where he convinces himself things are happening that are not.
Jeremy Harrell.
I don't know. Maybe this is real, but usually when Trump doesn't, or when T-Bob doesn't like something, he just like tricks himself into thinking that something bad's happening.
Best friend in the whole world, out of your mouth, you said that. I didn't say that. You said that. Jeremy Harrell didn't say that. You said that, Mo.
Mo?
He's your best friend in the whole world. He hates Christians. He's not a Christian. The guy got caught trying to smuggle 1.5 pounds of marijuana shoved up his anus.
What? Who needs to smuggle weed?
I don't got to tell you how many beer cans that is. You know how many beer cans that is?
Beer cans.
A lot of beer cans. That's what that is. But Maurice Dell is supposed to be a patriot, supposed to be pro-Trump. But yet 70% of everybody that lives around him voted for Kamala Harris. How do you explain that, Mo?
Oh, I know who this guy is. I've actually seen him in my chat before when I've talked about T-Bob. Him and T-Bob have a lot of beef. He's like a black guy that's a big Trump fan. Thank you. You started T-Bob was called conservatism. Also, how many years do you think Bob? I don't know. Bob almost died a couple years ago, but he actually looks better now. Looks like he's gained a little bit of weight back. He was like skin and bone, and he had that crazy rash all over his face. He had like lesions all over his face.
Let me explain it to you, Mo. You didn't get anybody to go look up.
Yes, this is recent. This is like, I think, the most recent video on Bob's channel.
With their own eyes. You see these right here, Mo? These are eyeballs.
Eyeballs.
Look at that. Mine are green. You didn't get anybody to go look up not any of the issues and put that shadow of a little tiny doubt in their mind. See, guys like me, I'll work it different than you, Mo. I get out in the real world. I meet people, might meet them at a restaurant or...
No, you don't.
Mechanic shop.
Prove it. Check out this badass truck that's doesn't even have an engine in it. Do you remember that? I think it had an engine, but it was like missing all these parts. He's like trying to sell this truck and talking about it like it was the greatest fucking truck ever.
Wherever. Then some of them know who I am. Some of them don't. Most of them don't. Some of them, they knew who I was when I moved here. I was shocked. But the thing about...
He has these delusions of grandeur where, like, he thinks he's famous and people know who he is.
It is none of that matters. When people find out who you are, and then they'll always start mouthing off, "Oh, God, I could never vote for somebody."
I'm stating this right now. The South Texas Valley only vote what they think will help the border. Reality is the Rio Grande Valley heavily depends on Mexico for imports and exports. Not to mention its local governments that help them more than anything else.
Yeah, and I do know that the Hispanic vote came out big for Trump this time, and I know that the demographics of Bob's area is predominantly Hispanic people. And, that's probably why his county flipped red. I didn't check to make sure it actually did, because Bob's delusional, so I'm just taking his word for it, which could be a mistake. But I believe it. There was a flip in this last election. Like a lot of the Hispanic vote went towards Trump this time, and it was very unexpected.
Like Trump? That's all I need right there, baby. All I need is that window slightly open. Just open it that much for me.
Baby.
And I'll open it up wide enough you could drive 1,000 freight trains through it. But I don't do it running hot air out my mouth, Mo. See, you never learned anything from me, Mo. You didn't learn a damn thing because you weren't trying, because you were a fake-ass right-wing podcaster. You never supported Donald Trump. You're a lying-ass, big-mouth blowhard. That's all you ever going to be.
Everything's a conspiracy theory to him.
See, I met one of these ranchers out here. He owned a big ranch. It's out a little bit west where I live, actually about, I'd say it's about 30 miles from where I live.
Come on, baby.
Well, it's over 20 miles for sure. And this guy, he was at a restaurant. And he mouthed.
I remember when T-Bob told me he was 6'4" or like 6'3" or something. And then he got arrested, and the arrest report came out, and it said he was like 5'5" or something. It's like, you're such a liar. You lied that you're like a foot taller than you really are. That's so pathetic.
And then he said something about the Democrats this, and the right wing were lying about all these people coming across the border because he hadn't seen any. I said, well, do me a favor. He said, what's that? I said, when you start seeing them illegals walking through your front yard, maybe through your backyard, because you got a ranch, so they can walk all around your house. When you start seeing that, would you do me a favor and get on the internet and actually look up the real numbers? And I'll even tell you where to go to do it.
T-Bob has like a cartoon voice. Like if anyone's ever seen like the old Mountain Dew commercials from the 70s with the weird hillbilly guy, he's got a really like high-pitched cartoonish voice. It sounds almost almost feminine, you know? It has a feminine quality to it.
Oh, no, I don't need none of them fake Trump side, blah, blah, blah. Oh, no, sir. I'll give you government websites to go look these numbers up at. He said, well,
by the way, after this stream ends in about a half hour here, I'm going to do a Patreon show. I'd really appreciate your support. I'm going to do kind of a deep dive on 4chan and how 4chan influenced the 2016 election and a bunch of stuff that happened before that with Anonymous and, WikiLeaks and all of that shit. So I would really appreciate it if you use the link down in the description and sign up. It's only $5. I bought a bottle of wine. They were having a wine sale at grocery outlet, which is
It did flip
thank
red,
you.
But because of the border promises. Other than that, people down there don't care. If anything, it's the assholes ICE officers who are majority Latinos and buttholes that are the happiest right now.
They're Uncle Juan's, right? Anyway, or I guess you could say Uncle Tomas's. But yeah, I went to Grocery Outlet, which is like a discount grocery store, and they usually have really good deals on stuff. And they had this wine that's like, it was a Bordeaux, like an imported French wine that's normally like $30 a bottle, and they had it for like $8. So I picked up myself a bottle of that, and I am going to indulge in that during the private show. So please sign up, $5. And I'm going to do another private show before the end of this month, too, for this Patreon also. So you'll get 2 private shows for the price of one.
I'd like to see that. That's all I need, Mo. A guy like me, that's all I need. Now, you see, and he knows because he's a rancher.
You signed up for the Ben Pie Patreon? Because it's up there. Let me, it says Tap Private Show November 2024. It's a different Patreon than the DP one. It's, I just pinned it to the top. So there's a link and everything that you can look at there. Yeah, and I did see that you signed up. So yeah, it's there. Yep. Yeah, I see it on there, and I have it posted there. You should be able to see it. There's like a thumbnail and everything. And then there's a link. If you go to like the posts, let me make sure it's set to the right dollar level really quick here. I think it is.
But see, I knew a little something about this guy on the inside already. I could read people. I could read people, boy.
No, you can't. You can trick yourself into things, but you cannot read people. No, you're a slave to your bias.
You don't know.
Yeah, so it's pinned to the top of the feed there, so you should see it.
I'm a dangerous man when it comes to reading people.
No, you're not. You're dangerous for sure, but not for the reasons you think you are.
So I put that little bit of information out there before I wrote it down for him. 3 government websites. Where to go for this, where to go for that.
Sucking corn right off the cob.
Where to go for that.
Gumster Bob. Gumster
And I gave him
Bob.
another one. Remember that?
Judging anus
FBI website
is
that I
his
used on my live stream to show the real true numbers behind human abduction and how Donald Trump, since he had been in office, pretty much into his 3rd year, before he'd been in office 4 years, 3 years. I think it was at the 7 or 8 month mark. 3 years and 8 months, I'll say at the most. I don't even think it was that much. It might have been 3.5 years into his presidency, but I used that Facebook website to show the numbers. Turned my screen around and showed it. And the FBI came in and had my video removed illegally, by the way.
Oh my God, shut up.
I didn't even get a strike on my account. It just magically disappeared. In fact, they removed 2 of my videos.
Oh no, Bob, you're politically persecuted. I wonder, is this the song? No, that's not the one. Hold on. I want to find the one that was really good. Is this it? Nope. Yep, this is it. This is the good one.
Sipping on a Keystone, cussing out the gays. Weird lesions all over his face. Setting up a live stream, calling 911. You all know Trump is number 1. Trumpster Bob, Trumpster Bob, sucking corn right off the cob. Trumpster Bob, judging anus is his job. Screaming at a chat room, calling people fags. That's the reason their rectum sags.
Their rectum sags, alright.
Getting skinned by catfish, sending them to move. That's all he really has to do. Trumpster Bob, sucking corn right off the cob. Trumpster Bob, judging anus is his job. Screaming at a chat room, calling people fags. That's the reason their rectum sags. Getting skinned by catfish, sending them to move. That's all he really has to do. Trumpster Bob, sucking corn right off the cob. Trumpster Bob, judging anus is his job. Harry Brogan is a killer. Eliza is a man. T-Bob needs to tell you he does the best he can.
I wrote the lyrics to that while I was doing a stream. I like the bridge too. Trumpster Bob. Hell yeah. Harry Brogan is a killer. Elisa is a man.
Yes. like that. Do you remember that, Mo, when that happened? A lot of you do. I know you do. I know Mo remembers that. Well, I gave him the FBI website to go look for that information.
Oh,
because
yeah.
It don't exist anymore because the FBI took it down. Our First Lady, Governor Greg Abbott's wife, First Lady of Texas, actually had to go get that information from the FBI because it wasn't on their website. And I told her she was going to have to get it that way. So she did. You remember that, Mo, when I called her on the phone? 5 days after that phone call.
He's calling like the wife of the governor and shit. He's just insane.
Oh, Greg Abbott signing a bill to put the wall back up, to finish the wall across Texas.
The wall across Texas.
They just purchased 2 huge ranches down here on the border in order to have a location to put stuff as they're putting up the wall. They need it real bad, a place to put that, all the equipment, the tractors and, the walls, all of that stuff. So Texas is in the process of doing this with $4.6 billion, or was it $4.8 billion, I think it was? Yeah, it's $4.8 billion bill that Greg Abbott signed to finish putting up the wall. What was his number one excuse for doing that? He wants to put a stop to human trafficking. And you know how I made that happen, Mo?
How'd you make that happen?
I got his wife's attention when I was talking to her on the phone.
Oh, my God.
And you know how I did that, Mo? Because I know the numbers inside and out. Like, I got cheat notes on the back of my hand.
He's so proud of himself.
Here. See? Yeah, they're right there. Do you see them? They're in my mind. That's why you can't see them. I can look there and read them right off my palm for you, though. Yeah, they're right there. There they are. Yeah.
He's so crazy.
Smart guy like that, Mo. I write notes down all over my arms and shit, and my forehead, too. So when I'm live streaming, I get to look at my forehead and read it. Don't you try doing that, Mo. Otherwise, you look a goddamn loser. That's what you'd read on your forehead. Loser. Yeah, you can't do like me, Mo. You're too stupid. Yeah, Mario. I'm going to educate you, Mario. I'm going to educate you. Stick around, buddy. So anyway, I put up the numbers to her verbally off my head because I'd already seen the numbers. I did the math. Remember that, Mo? I showed you how I did it. Looked it up per year, and then I did the math and said, well, that's the number.
Police cop chokehold, y'all. Y'all see?
Who are the number 1, 2, 3, and 4 children being abducted by ethnicity, Mo? Do you remember that? Number 1 is Mexican-American children, not white people. See, when I first did this video, it was a series of videos. I did 5 videos. It was a series of them. The last 2 were with the FBI's web. Actually, no. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 3 and 4. 3 and 4. God forbid I move one of them numbers. I'd be telling Mo he's number 1. He's number 1 Democrat in America doing podcasting, pretending he's for the right. I've been saying this since I met the guy, and I met him way before any of you even knew him. But let me tell you, those videos were the ones the FBI removed. But I did the math in there, and I did those series of videos. So I know it. I know it to this very day by my heart. Number 1, Mexican-American. Greg Abbott's wife is Mexican-American.
Oh, God.
Number 2... What's number 2? Do you remember, Mo?
These weird investigations that T-Bob does.
White people. White people ain't even in the top 4 list. In fact, they're not in the top 5 list. They're number 6 on the list. if not lower than that, right? Number one, Mexican American. Number two is Black Americans. Number three is mixed, like Islander or whatever, as long as they look tan.
Islander? Okay.
You know, like Muslim tan.
Okay.
Those are the ones they go after more than anything. Number four is mixed Mexican American. And those two switch around year to year, but I think for the last several years in a row, it's been in that order. And then because mixed Islander people, their children, when they make white people, they turn out really tan. But not dark, half your Mexicans in Mexico, for example. They're lighter than that. You get a regular Mexican and a white guy to have a child together, they're even lighter than that child. A little bit. So, but they're beautiful people. I mean, generally speaking, right? Mixed people are just generally more beautiful than if you breed within your same race. I don't know why that is. It's just not all the time, but I would say 90% of the time, roughly, maybe 85, 80%. Definitely up to 90% of the time. I think so anyway. It's pretty obvious to me. But okay. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. No white people on the list. Do you remember number 5? Mixed Hawaiian children. Beat out white children. Number 6 is where we found the white Americans. And actually the last 2 or 3 years in a row, white people have been number 8 on the list. So I wasn't calling her at that time because I was so worried about, just the white children being abducted. No. I'm upset because of all the children being abducted and nobody seems to even care.
How benevolent of you.
Trump trying to put up the wall to prevent it, and Trump lowered human trafficking by 96.8%. I never seen you do a video on that, Mo. You're a drug dealer, we know that. You gave yourself up when you was live streaming in Florida that you're still a current drug dealer. So I don't want to hear no BS on that.
God, he just keeps going with the bullshit.
Drug dealers have something in common with human traffickers. They either look the other way or they get involved by doing some abducting themselves, and then they sell them kids to the traffickers.
Oh, yeah? Is that how it goes?
Maybe that's why you never did a video on it, Mo.
Maybe you're a human
curious.
trafficker.
I know you're a liar. You say you're a Democrat, and you seem to go to all these events like you're somebody. But yet, how do you explain your county voting 70% Democrat? That's not even possible. You put me in your county, and I guarantee you within 5 years, your county's voting all red.
No. Okay. Move to King County, Washington, and we'll see in 5 years. Trump's so full of shit. He thinks just by simply living in a county, he can turn it red. Insane. Craziness. The madness of T-Bob is just ridiculous. All right, so I'm going to do a quick bathroom break here, and I'll be right back, all right? See you in just a few minutes.
It pisses me off. Like, okay, I spent several years being patriotic. Fuck the haters, and that's how it is, YouTube. Nah, stupid fucking lighter. Fuck you. Stupid fucking lighter. Hey, lighter, fuck you. Oh, you don't like being beat up. You don't like it. You don't like it. You don't fucking like it. Then maybe you shouldn't fucking go against the grain, stupid fuck. I'll beat you up, you piece of shit. God damn it! I blew my fucking cigarette! Fuck Fucking social media doesn't give a shit. Fuck you. Fuck you fucking touching me, you piece of fucking shit, you. And fuck this. And of course my drink has to spill. I lose my fucking temper over these stupid fucking assholes. And no one's gonna feel sorry for me, because it's just like you did it to yourself, dude. You had a fucking drink combo and you had to lose your fucking autistic temper. Spill it for yourself. Fucking bullshit. Get the fuck out of my way, stupid fucking hat. Stupid fucking piece of shit fucking hat. Fuck you, oh it's here. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You fucking piece of goddamn shit. Fuck you stupid fucking bottle. Stay on the fucking desk, stay on the fucking desk, you piece of shit. Fuck you. I told you how many times did I fucking tell you to stay on the fucking desk. Fucking stay on the desk, I told you 1,000 times. Fuck you, fuck you stupid fuck. You wanna fall off the desk to be cute, and no one asked you to be cute, you piece of shit. Fuck you. I don't care if I got a nasty fucking temper. Fuck you. Stay the fuck in my hand, you piece of shit. I'll smoke you until you're dead. Fuck you. Don't care if anyone cited me, I'm fucking miserable. I'm just making the best of every day. That's all you can do, YouTube. That's all I can do. I don't care if I got a nasty fucking temper. Fuck you. Stay the fuck in my hand, you piece of shit. I'll smoke you until you're dead. Fuck you. Don't care if anyone cited me, I'm fucking miserable. I'm just making the best of every day. That's all you can do, YouTube. That's all I can do.
All right, back. Had to pee and getting ready for my private stream, my Patreon private stream. That's $5 on my Patreon for this channel. I'll post a link right now in the chat because I'm going to go do it pretty soon here. I'm doing a 4chan deep dive, the history of 4chan. There's a documentary I'm going to watch that kind of goes through the history of 4chan and show how it was linked to a lot of really big things that happened in like the 2000s and the 2010s, including Trump being elected the first time. Trump's campaign kind of mirrored the way that 4chan used memes to get messages out there to help boost his visibility during the 2016 election. It's really interesting. So yeah, I'm gonna I picked up this bottle of wine. I couldn't believe it because it was only $8 and it's usually like 30, 40 bucks. It's a Bordeaux. Now, a Bordeaux is not like a brand of wine. It comes from the region of Bordeaux in France, but it's known for really good wines. I'm very excited. It's a red Bordeaux wine. It's a blend of Merlot, Cabernet Sauvignon, and Cabernet Franc. So it's a red blend. I'm very excited about it. So I'm going to sip on that and chill and watch this thing. And you guys can hang out in the chat and talk to me, and we'll have a good time. Come Dumpster Bob. I think that's the best nickname that Trumpster Bob's ever had. Come Dumpster Bob. Yeah, I'm going to go do it right now. So I'll see all you guys there. You guys should sign up because it helps out a lot. And it should be interesting. Should be fun. So it's right there. It's pinned in the chat. Go there. $5. You can cancel it anytime. I'll see you there. Bye.